Because Iruma-kun is coming back with another season, I couldn't help but dive back into the manga for a reread. And boy, did I stumble onto some details that make you go, wait, huh? Here's one. There were always 13 students in the misfit class. Sounds obvious, right? Kalego-sensei literally said Purson had been there the whole time. But the sneaky part? His identity was reintroduced at the start of the Harvest Festival. When Kalego-sensei checked off everyone's training progress, there were 13 checkmarks on the list. It's kind of frustrating. It's like Nishi-sensei was saying, "You guys forgot about him, didn't you?" It's okay, I designed him that way. So, when all of the misfits got mentors at the start of the Harvest Festival, who was Purson's mentor? Let's crack this mystery wide open. Purson's bloodline ability is detection warding. It's an ability that revolves around stealth, invisibility, and blending into the background so well that even the audience forgot about him. So, who could have possibly taken on the challenge of mentoring the kid who's practically a ghost? Let's speculate. Robin-sensei. Sure, he's loud and dramatic, but hear me out. Robin is a hunter. He knows how to track and deal with tricky prey in chaotic environments. What better way to teach Purson than by flipping the game? You disappear, I'll find you. Robin might have turned training into a deadly game of hide-and-seek. As fun as that would have been, we know that didn't happen because Robin-sensei himself says at the beginning of Iruma's and Light's mentorship, "I feel a bit shy being a mentor since I'm new." Also, he spent all his time training Light, so he couldn't have been Purson's tutor. Balam-sensei. The gentle giant is a master of demon knowledge and survival skills. If Balam were Purson's mentor, you could imagine him calmly teaching Purson how to navigate wild environments without being noticed. Balam would have also been a good tutor, but his plan for his group of students was to make them the strongest first-year warriors. That doesn't describe Purson, nor was it ever a motivation of his to become the strongest or a warrior, at least not that we know of. So Balam as his mentor wouldn't work either. Viper-sensei. If we're talking about other tutors, Viper-sensei would also be a candidate because she was training bloodline ability users, although Purson hasn't been shown to have an offensive or defensive ability, so I don't think Purson would have been able to escape her trap. Someone new. What if Purson trained with someone we haven't met? A tutor as mysterious and unseen as Purson himself. This would keep his backstory in line with his whole, unnoticed but impactful vibe. Let's face it, the simplest explanation is sometimes the best. Purson's stealth is a family trait, so who better to train him than his dad? His father would already know the ins and outs of their abilities, not to mention the challenges of blending stealth with everyday life. If Purson trained at home, this would also explain why no one noticed him during the training period. He wasn't there. Purson's whole identity revolves around being overlooked. Maybe even his mentor was someone intentionally left out of the spotlight to match this theme. Or, here's a wild thought, what if Purson didn't even need a mentor? What if he's so naturally talented at blending in that he just practiced alone? The dude's been erasing his presence since the cradle. The Harvest Festival is all about strategy, survival, and resourcefulness, basically a stealth expert's playground. Purson's training likely covered fine-tuning his presence, obscuring magic, observation, and analysis. His bloodline ability makes him invisible, but mastery would mean erasing sound, scent, and even the psychological sense that someone's nearby. While I want to believe he did this, it was shown that the Heartbreaker arc that, while he is incredibly skilled at using it, he hasn't mastered his bloodline ability to this level, and that caused his team to get caught by a Tori. With a Tori saying, "I know someone who's really good at this kind of magic." We'll come back to that. Purson probably spent hours learning how to read situations and act without being noticed. Imagine him gathering resources right under everyone's noses. He shows this skill immediately after being reintroduced to the misfit class, going around and telling the class about the bad habits of his guy classmates.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on.
Purson's role in the misfit class is one of Iruma-kun's most subtle but intriguing mysteries. Did he train with his dad, someone we know, or an unseen character? Let's get the discussion going. Do you think the series will ever show his training arc, or is this one mystery we'll just have to accept? Because, let's be real, Purson's stealth is so good, he might have trained himself. Or maybe we were his mentors all along, and we just didn't notice.